Now at 4, 5 days of testimony are now complete in the Delphi murders trial. A look at the latest coming out of Carroll County, as well as the ongoing battle over evidence presented in the case.
The U.S. Army is investigating the death of a soldier from Indiana. We'll tell you how she's being remembered as officials look into what happened.
And from topics like the Taylor Swift concert to the start of a promising Pacers season, we're going to break down all the fun events set to take place right here in the Circle City. That's later on in the show. Fox 59 Morning News at 4 starts right now.
From Central Indiana's #1 news source, this is Fox 59 Morning News at 4.
All right, heads up everybody, see if you agree with this. With Halloween exactly 1 week away, which candy do Hoosiers like the most? Turns out, according to a survey, it's Skittles. Yep, the survey conducted by the website Holiday Calendar. Here are Indiana's top 5 candies ranked. Snickers placing second behind Skittles. Starburst was next, then in fourth it was Sour Patch Kids. Placing fifth was Kit Kat. Guys, I just took an informal survey out there in the old newsroom without telling anybody about this, and not one person picked Skittles as their number one.
What was the consensus?
There was several Kit Kats.
Okay.
Yeah, and that was one of the ones on the list. That was like fifth or something like that. I personally like Snickers or Hershey bar or something like that.
Reese's Cups? That's my favorite.
Yeah, but Skittles, it makes you go,
I mean, it's not like I don't like Skittles. That's just not what I want on Halloween.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm
So don't ever trust whoever did that survey, that calendar, whatever thing.
Our Kit Hanley left a note and a Kit Kat on my desk, and I thought it was the cutest thing.
That is really cute.
I know.
Did she mean to do that in relationship to her name?
Yeah.
Or was that, okay.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Love it when you can have a name that relates to a candy bar.
To candy.
There's Baby Ruth, there's the Hank Aaron.
The Hank Aaron.
Yeah, Aaron. Yeah, Hank Aaron. They had a candy bar back in the day.
The more you learn at 4:02 in the morning.
Don't you?
Yeah.
How's the weather?
You know, it's a little chillier compared to where we were at this point yesterday, and that's really the only difference here. We had a frontal boundary move through yesterday. That was the first of a series of cold fronts that we're tracking. This is exactly what I mean. It's 44 degrees at the Indianapolis International Airport. At the top of the hour here, north-northeast wind at 5 miles per hour, a dew point of 38 degrees. Overall, not bad, just chilly. We have an area of high pressure circling right over the land of Lincoln, and that's going to stay put for today. Yesterday's cold front is on the right-hand side of your screens, and then on the left, you see that area of low pressure spinning right over Rapid City. There's another cold front with that, and that is going to be cold front number 2 that will move through here tomorrow, and that will be increasing our cloud cover and give us our 1 measly rain chance. Today, not bad. Lots of sunshine, seasonable if you're looking for a fall-like day, as we should be in fall. Temperatures will be in the 50s and lower 60s with that abundantly sunny sky. Dry and mild today with a Friday front and rain chances. And then hard to believe as we approach Halloween, a very different scenario compared to where we were last year. No snow, no 40s, none of that. But record-breaking warmth with a question mark? We'll talk about that coming up in just a bit, guys.
Ethan, thank you. We start with breaking news out of Speedway this morning. Police there are investigating a deadly shooting.
This took place just after midnight between Norfolk Street and West 11th Street. Speedway police officers are saying that they responded to several shots being fired in the area, and when they got there, officers found a man with gunshot wounds inside a white vehicle. First responders provided first aid to the male victim until medics took over. Unfortunately, the man was later pronounced dead at the scene. Officials have not released any information on a suspect or any arrests. Of course, this is an ongoing investigation, and we will keep you updated on air as well as online. Today, marking day 6 of witness testimony in the Delphi double murders trial, it follows another tough and jam-packed day in court as jurors were presented the autopsy photos of Abby Williams and Libby German.
Jurors also heard from one of the primary witnesses who spotted Bridge Guy the day the girls went missing. We also learned a lot about what happened in the final moments leading up to the girls' killings, with a large focus on the cell phone data extracted from Libby's phone.
Fox 59's Kit Hanley has the specifics on the timeline. Kit?
Lindy, Scott, good morning. That's right. Jurors heard from Sergeant Chris Cecil after the lunch break. He's an Indiana State Police digital forensics examiner. Cecil was the person in charge of examining Libby's cell phone. That's the same cell phone that produced the infamous Down the Hill audio clip that was played for jurors in its entirety just the day before. Now, during family testimony, it was noted that Abby did not own a cell phone at the time of her death. Libby's phone ended up being found underneath Abby's dead body. Cecil told the jurors that investigators used cell phone towers to ping the phone. Now, we want to walk through the timeline of the data that was shared in court. Cecil confirmed Libby's cell phone was on the Monon High Bridge at 2:05 p.m. Then, at 2:13 and 51 seconds, Abby took the bridge guy video that captures a man walking behind the girls and telling them, quote, "guys down the hill." Now, fast forward to 2:31, and the cell phone records a change in latitude, altitude, and elevation. Cecil explained that meant the girls were on the move, as they were reportedly led down a hill and possibly across Deer Creek. Then at 2:32:39, the phone never records a move again. Now, Cecil originally told jurors the phone died at 10:32 p.m. that night and woke again at 4:34 a.m. the next morning, receiving 15 to 20 text messages. Now, one of those messages read, "Call me now." It was from Libby's grandmother. But then he later retracted that statement and said he believes the phone stayed on until 4:34 a.m. Cecil said he didn't know why there was no movement between the hours of 10 and 4, but noted that the phone was turned on by investigators at 3:06 p.m. on February 15th. The girls' bodies were reportedly found shortly after noon a day prior on February 14th. Now, while questions remain about the phone's period of inactivity, the lack of movement goes against the defense team's theory that there may have been an abduction and an off-site killing. Lindy and Scott, back to you.
Kit, thank you. As we have reported, prosecutors say an unspent round and a gun in Allen's home connecting the murder to Allen. But since Monday, there have been many questions surrounding that cartridge.
Well, the state claims tool marking analysis confirms scratches on the cartridge match the markings on Allen's gun. The defense expert would have been able to counter that, but he no longer can. Earlier this week, we learned there isn't any photo evidence of the cartridge being taken out of the grounds near the girls' bodies. It's been referred to as an unspent bullet, but an attorney and certified firearms instructor told us here in studio it should be referred to as otherwise.
The term unspent bullet is a very inaccurate term, but it's the one everyone's been using since it was discovered, allegedly, between the bodies of the girls. And if you walked into a gun store and said, "I need to buy some bullets," they would know what you were talking about, but you're actually referring to the full cartridge. But the bullet technically is just the projectile. In this case, the copper-coated projectile at the very top of the cartridge. The whole thing with all four components is a cartridge.
Well, meanwhile, Judge Fran Gulls issued an order banning the testimony of a defense expert.
In her ruling, she says that man was a metals expert and not a firearms expert. Plus, he did not examine the weapons in this case. Speaking of the defense, they filed another motion to allow their alternate theory that the girls were killed in a pagan ritual. Crime scene photos show tree branches arranged on and around the girls' bodies. Prosecutors say they were meant to conceal the girls' bodies, but the defense disagrees. They say they have an expert who can testify in favor of the Odinism theory. A defense expert has previously testified the killings bore signs of being ritualistic in nature. Some of those signs included positioning sticks and using blood to create symbols on trees. Judge Fran Gull has denied every request to have Odinism theories presented at trial so far.
And there is so much going on in this case. We'll continue bringing you day-by-day coverage as the trial unfolds, both on our newscasts as well as online. And there online is where you can find all the latest developments, as well as how the community is always remembering Abby and Libby. Just go to FOX59.com. 4:09 now. In other news, a soldier from Northeast Indiana who was previously reported missing has been found dead.
The U.S. Army at Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri, confirming she is 23-year-old Sergeant Sarah Roque. Roque is from Ligonier, northeast of Fort Wayne. She was reported missing on Monday after her chain of command and family were unable to reach her. Roque was assigned to the 5th Engineering Battalion and served as a bridge crew member and mine dog handler. We are told that she was a decorated soldier and awarded many medals and ribbons. U.S. Congressman Mike Alford of Missouri releasing a statement saying Roque was a dedicated soldier with patriotic service. Right now, the investigation into her death is still underway. Time right now, it's coming up on 4:10. A 20-year-old now facing attempted murder charges.
We'll let you hear from prosecutors who say the deadly situation started from an argument.
And what tax bracket do you fall in? That is the question circulating online after the IRS unveiled its 2025 income tax brackets. We're going to help you find an answer to that question and more after the break.
And heading out the door this morning, you will need the lighter jacket compared to yesterday where you didn't even need it at all. Today's going to be a fall-like and quiet day, and then our one rain chance will come on Friday before another warm stretch on tap to end the month of October. Forecast coming up.